Hi, everybody, and welcome to this Metaphysics Secrets to Win in 2023 broadcast. So I'm Amy Tyson, and let me get my PowerPoint up here so that you can see me and what we're going to be talking about, the information that I'm going to share today. Because what I'm sharing in this session is to help you understand just a little bit about what is coming in 2023, the year of the water rabbit. For those of you that don't know me, I am Amy Tyson, and I am a Chinese metaphysics expert. I consider myself a catalyst that assists people in living their life destiny by design, not leaving it up to fate, but actually designing the destiny of your life. And I want to help you connect in beautifully with your divine source. I've been studying Chinese metaphysics and consulting on Chinese metaphysics for over 16 years. And the one thing that I found is that at the end of the day, we all want less fear, less frustration, and less worries going on in our lives. But unfortunately, we are bombarded every single day with bad news, reasons to worry, and many of us give in to the notion that fear and frustrations are just something we have to live with, and therefore it reduces our life happiness. So if you happen to be watching this live on this live stream today, I'd love to see you say hi in the chat. Just tell me that you're out there watching. I know I'm streaming on several different platforms, and the recording will be available if you're not live. So let me know if you're watching the recorded version of this as well. So the question then becomes, why metaphysics? Why Chinese metaphysics? So let me do this. Let me give you an overview really quickly of Chinese metaphysics. So the tools that I use may sound foreign to many of you because I use the tools of feng shui, Bazi, which is life destiny, and Chimen Dunjia. So let me try to explain a bit more about what these metaphysics components are all about. If we think of our lives and we think of the world, everything is energy. So everything around us vibrates, including us. So everything in the world has a vibrational level. And science has actually proven that the earth is made up of all different types of vibrations. So sound is one sort of vibration that you might be familiar with. Everybody knows there's sound waves or vibrations. We can measure them. But our body and our thoughts and our feelings and our being is made up of some sort of vibrational energy as well. And hi, Mary, it's nice to see you. And Julianne Siegel is on as well. So great to have you on. I hope more of you kind of chime in and let me know that you're watching. But back to these sound waves, or these vibrations of our thoughts and feelings and being in our bodies. In Chinese metaphysics, we work with 4 different realms of vibration. So on my slide here, I have heaven, earth, human, and universe. So I want to explain what each of those vibrational levels are talking about. So when we talk about heaven, so here's the heaven vibration. We're talking about our thoughts. These are the things that we think. Now, I work with a lot of high-powered women in my consulting business, and a lot of time is spent on helping clear up that negative thinking. I think Zig Ziglar called it stinkin' thinking. Well, this is the heaven realm of vibrations. So the heaven realm controls our thoughts, or is our thoughts. So we either have an internal voice that supports us or an internal voice that is negative and goes against us. And a lot of us don't even realize that we have these thoughts all of the time. But once you do notice them, you can become conscious about whether they're positive thoughts or negative thoughts. So heaven energy can be related to your inner thoughts and thinking. Now the earth energy, which is that second one right here, the one in red, is our emotions. It's how you feel. So first we've got the thinking, and And then we've got the feeling. So whether you feel good or feel bad, all the feelings are in you, not someone else. No one gives you a feeling. You generate it. Think about that. Now you might be saying, but they made me feel that way. Yes, there could be a catalyst out there that affects your feelings. But at the end of the day, that feeling is within you. You create your feelings. The earth luck is your feelings. And are you awake enough to control them? Feelings are something we have. Feelings are not something we are. And then finally we have, or second to last, we have the human realm. Now the human realm, this is where our bodies, our physical being comes in. It relates to our health. Now, if you were asked right now, and you can answer in the chat, if your country came to you and said, we want you to represent us in the Olympics, would your body be ready? Now, I might say, well, if there is an Olympics of sitting at your desk all day or an Olympics of food, then yeah, maybe I'm in. But all kidding aside, when we talk about human luck, it's about being able to do what you want to do at the level you want to do it. Your body or physical being needs to agree with you. Your body has to be capable of achieving it. If you need to work 12 hours a day on your feet, is your body able to be up to that? If you're required to speak on camera 4 hours a day, will your voice hold up? So there are times when your body goes against you. Your physical being isn't cooperating. I remember I was in my early 20s and I went on a stage and there was probably 500 people in that auditorium. And all of a sudden your mouth feels like it's doing these funny things. You think you're smiling, but you think you're looking like the Joker from Batman, and your mouth goes dry and you physically are shaking. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about your body. Sometimes we get sick. That's another realm of the body. So your fears could actually be rooted in your body and not in your mind and not in your emotions. So that's what we refer to when we talk about the human realm. And then finally, the universal realm, as I have labeled up here as intuition and divine source. This refers to our life force energy. When you die, what leaves your body? Your life force leaves your body. So let me ask you, how does an apple seed know to turn into an apple tree? How does a lemon seed know to turn it into lemon seed? There's been lemon trees. So there's been something intelligent that has programmed those seeds to grow into the apple tree or the lemon tree. And we can call this divine intelligence. I like to refer to it as that God spark within, or our connection to divine intelligence source or God energy. So these are the 4 realms of vibrational energy. And it actually, vibrational energy holds the key to unlock or align pretty much every aspect of our life, from our thoughts to our relationships, our emotions, our instincts, and our intuition. So these 4 realms impact all areas of life. And using metaphysical tools, we want to align these 4 aspects of our lives to live at the highest level possible and reduce our fears, frustrations, and worries that impact our lives so that we can have more happiness and joy. And wouldn't that be nice? And wouldn't that be nice for our families? So in this session, I'm going to share with you what's coming in the next 20 years. And the 3 things that you can do right now, the secrets to help you win in 2023. I'm going to share some other things as well, but those are kind of the 2 things I want you to watch for. Every 20 years, we as a planet go through an energetic shift. It's a time when things begin to reset, realign, and restart. So this happens every 20 years. So I thought we could look back in time and see how we can see those shifts. And maybe you can think about how you've experienced the shifts over the last 20, 40, 60 years. Now these These shifts of energy, these 20 years of energy, don't have creative names. We're just going to use numbers. We call them periods. So we're going to go back to period 7. This was from 1984 to 2003. This is a time when everything depended on working hard. So if you think back, if you were alive at this time or in the workforce at this time, I was still in high school. There were no cell phones. There weren't any computers to say very many computers. There was not much of an internet, maybe towards the end, and no social media. So back in this time frame, we can see that everybody was just working hard. And I had that clock too, Robin. I had that clock right on my bedside. I bet you many of you watching this have this clock as well. Now, period 8, look at the dates, 2004 to 2023. Well, guess what year is right around the corner? We are right at the tail end of period 8. So period 8, this last 20 years, was all about building slowly over time and accumulating wealth through investing. It was a time of building big businesses. It was a time of young men creating tech. It was about young male empowerment. And if you look at the 4 gentlemen I have on the screen, I have Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk. Young men empowerment. Think back to way to 2004, 20 years ago. These were young men when they were just starting to hit their stride. It was a time about employees who stayed at their jobs for years. And if you were to look at the health issues and the chart of period 8, it showed it was going to be a time of digestive issues, skin issues, and allergies, both to food and environment. And I'm guessing every single one of you out there know someone that has some sort of food allergy. What about period 9? This is the one that's just around the corner. We're about to enter it in 2024, 1 year left. The next 20 years, it'll be a big shift. And you're likely already feeling it. I know we've seen some things happening in the world that are completely aligned with period 9, mainly Facebook changing to the term metaverse. I have another YouTube video up on my YouTube channel that gives you some insights and what to expect about period 9. So you can watch that to get more information. But I will tell you this, the overarching theme in period 9, so for the next 20 years, is to do it fast and to do it fast with others. Some of you have recognized that it seemed like 2022 just sped by super fast. It's not going to slow down anytime soon. We're going to feel like these years over the next 20 years go by so quickly. And so we have to keep up and go fast ourselves. Now, the thing about 2023 and about period 9, but specifically 2023, is comfort is not in play. Many of us want to just sit back and chill and relax and kind of recuperate from the last few years of lockdown and that stress. But if you continue with that mindset going into 2023 and beyond, life is going to bite you in the behind over the next 20 years. We want to look at harmonizing our lives and not just relaxing and sitting back. So I'd like you to think of the saying from Ted Lasso. If you've heard of Ted Lasso, the TV show, fantastic show. He has the saying of be a goldfish. So what does that mean? Well, if we're doing things fast, we're probably going to be making mistakes. So the term be a goldfish means to just forget about your mistakes. Move on. Don't let them hold you back. Don't let your vibration of the heaven and earth, meaning your thinking and your emotions, hold you hostage. So if you make a mistake, be a goldfish. If you make a bad choice, be a goldfish. And turn off the stinking thinking. Learn to control your emotions by being a goldfish. Now, the reason we want to connect in and use metaphysics is to use the knowledge that we can see to excel and win in our lives. This means in all aspects of life: health, wealth, and relationships. So this next slide is the 2023 life chart, the Bazi chart for the year. So it's a destiny chart which tells a story, and I'm going to talk to you about some of the stories it's telling us for 2023. Now you might be asking yourself, is 2023 going to be a good year to make a lot of money without doing much? The answer is no. It's not going to be a good year for not doing much. And if you're asking the question, is 2023 going to be good for me or bad for me? That's the wrong question too. In order for 2023 to be better, it means that it starts with you making better choices and better decisions. So if you make better decisions, then 2023 will be a better year. When we go through some of the things that this story is all about for 2023, it might shed some light on how you can start to make some good choices based on who you are. And so that leads us to wonder, what in the world is going to be happening? Amy, get to the point. Come on. So we're already seeing some things happening since October. And as we head into February, which is the actual solar new year, February 4th, so the calendar is set by the sun and its location. February 4th marks the transition point where we actually hit the year of the water rabbit. This is why so many people fail at setting New Year's resolutions, because they're tapping into the depleted energy of the year before. I think it would be better to wait till February 4th to set your New Year's resolutions and use the strong energy to help you reach them, because by then you'll have more clarity on how you want your year to shape up, and the goals can be set with better consciousness and better clarity for your year. So since we have period 9 looming on the horizon, this is the final year. So 2023 is the final year to set yourself up for success in the next 20 years. It's a pivotal year and a phase of change that's happening right now. So here's what we might expect to be coming. Now, this is forecasting. So the Midwest in the United States is forecasted right now to have a big snowstorm come through Wednesday and then winds on Thursday and Friday. That's a forecast. Can it change? Of course it can. The same goes for things that we were forecasting in 2022. Everything that I had put forth came to fruition except for one thing, and it's trending that direction. So forecasts can change based on the global decisions that are made at government levels and by the citizens of the countries and the nations and the world. But the trends are there, and these are the trends or the forecasts that we see coming. Number one, this is the one we were watching in 2022. The complete collapse has not happened, but we certainly have seen some differences between January and February of last year to December of 2022. The chart is showing still the potential of financial collapse, the bulk of it in 2023. It could spill over to 2024 as well. Outbreak of war. We saw this last year, and in February, this is when Russia invaded Ukraine. We're seeing more warlike tendencies in the 2023 chart, which will affect supply chains. So we have to keep an eye on this as well. Again, diplomacy could prevent this forecast from coming. But as we saw last year, the Ukraine-Russian war erupted right at the beginning of 2022. Then we have political leadership threats, which will affect the entire world. This isn't about a small country having issues. It is a transformation of leadership worldwide, which will affect have a worldwide effect. So we ought to be watching what's happening in some of those larger countries out there with the leadership things that are going on. Number 4, I'm sure all of us do not want to see this. It's another health scare. Pandemic 3.0, possibly, probably not COVID, but something else, which causes illnesses. Not seeing lockdown potential, but what it does mean is that healthcare is going to be big business in 2023. So I'm not going to tell you how to invest your money, but you may wish to talk to your financial advisor about healthcare companies out there that might be good investments for you. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is to be construed as financial advice. Please talk to your financial advisor, but this is one of the industries that we see could do quite well in 2023. And then the fifth one is hybrid everything. I'm sure you've been seeing it, I've been seeing it and hearing it, is people want to do hybrid, but they don't realize how hard it is to do. People want to be online and offline, and then everybody wants whatever they want at the time. So companies who can do this the best will dominate that space, being able to do hybrid in person and online. Even work companies who do this well, their staff can come in or their staff can work at home. That transition back and forth, companies who do it well will dominate next year and on into period 9. So there are opportunities in 2023 as well. I'm going to give you 2 of them. I have 5, but I'm going to give you 2. The other 3 will be shared at my 2023 summit in January. So number 1 is the market is hungry for innovation, guys. People are going to be looking for things that they can do that make things better, faster, and more sustainable. And this goes across the board. It doesn't matter the industry. If you can deliver something faster, better, or more sustainable, you will win. If you have an idea that can deliver something better, faster, or more sustainably, get your funding now. Get your partners together now and get it moving even before February 4th. And then the second facet, the second area of opportunity is the shifting of values that's happening worldwide, not just in the United States, but worldwide. People are moving to be more spiritual. They're looking at their own well-being, their emotional health. This is picking up on the vibration of period 9 coming in, which is all about the spiritual aspect of life, finding that harmony in life. If you can help people do this, or you can show people how to do this, this is a huge opportunity in 2023 and on into period 9. Now there's also a to-do list. So these are things that you ought to be considering and getting to the point of doing in 2023. So here's 2 of the 5 that I have, and I'll share those other 3 at the summit in January. But here's the 2 things to put on your task list. Number 1, find your community or tribe. Do you have a community of people that want to help you? They will be around, that you love to have them around you, who can help you connect, who can help refer you to others, who can help make introductions to the people you need to be introduced to. Do you have that community? If you don't, start building it now. The sooner you build it, the more success you'll have next year. The second one is get your cheerleaders. You're like, what? Why do I need cheerleaders? Now, I'm not talking they have to dress up and be around you cheering you on, but we are all surrounded by so many naysayers and people who are negative or telling us we shouldn't do that or criticizing what we do. This is a year that we need to have people cheering us on. These are the people who will support you. These are the people that want to see you succeed, because truly, guys, anyone can have friends when you are not on the upswing or you are not at the top of your game. But your true friends are the ones who stick around once you have reached the highest levels of success. So if I ask you this question, if you woke up tomorrow morning and you are the next multi-billionaire here in your community, in your city or your state, which one of your friends would still be around? Which one of your friends would still be your friend and not treat you any differently? Can you honestly say the people that are with you right now would be around if you were a multi-billionaire? If the answer is yes, you have your cheerleaders. If the answer is no, then you might want to work on that and find some people who are very supportive of you coming into 2023. Now, there is indeed this new energy that's coming in. And truly, we don't want to depend on luck. Sometimes we can make money on luck, but when the luck runs out, what then? How can we make ourselves better so that we can get through the toughest years? This is where we use Chinese metaphysics. We can make informed decisions to make better choices. And I have to be honest with you, 2023 is not going to be an easy year. Right now, people are in holiday moods. They're in that holiday mode where they're just kind of tired at work, going through the motions. But you guys who are watching this, you have that drive to become better. You want to become better. And you have the commitment in 2023 to make things happen. I want you to think, what is your vision for the next year? Because it can become a reality. So what we want to ask ourselves and look at ourselves is to be honest. Where are we right now? Are you in a good financial situation? Are you in good health? Are you in a happy relationship? Because we have to know where we are and where we want to be. And then we use Chinese metaphysics to close the gap. Because if you're here and you want to be here, you need to know what choices you could and would make to get there using the support of the upcoming year. If you spent 2022 leveling up, then 2023 is going to be a decent year for you. If you didn't, then 2023 will almost be the same as 2022. Nothing's going to change until you change. So I'm going to go a bit in depth here in a moment. And if you're interested in knowing more about what I'm talking about, you can go to my website, amytyson.com, and enroll in the 3 free course modules that I have on there. These 3 course modules are all about you, who you are, your strengths, and your spiritual connection. There's no strings attached, no credit card required. You put in your email and you can access those 3 courses. They really do help you know yourself better. And then you'll understand how to see some of the things I'm going to talk about for the next 10, 15 minutes here. So in Chinese metaphysics, we use elemental analysis to forecast what's ahead. So each person in the world, whether they believe it or not, or use it or not, doesn't matter, it influences them. So this is an example of the 2023 life chart in elemental form, in color. So everyone out there has a chart that looks similar to this, very similar to this. Different elements and different animals. But it's set up the same with elements on the top row, animals on the bottom row. Now you see this guy right there? This is what we call a day master. So this is the day master of 2023. You can think of it as like the conductor of an orchestra or the captain of the team or the coach of the team. It tells everybody else what to do and how to act. All right, so you have a day master in your chart, just like this chart has a day master that I have highlighted in blue. And this one happens to be a yin water. So yin water is like the mist or the dew. Now, if you take a look at this yin water day master, it's in blue, and there's only one other blue element guy over here in the year. But look at all this red. Red is fire. Look at all this green. Green is wood. So if you think of this little pond with all kinds of fire and trees growing in it and on it and around it, we can pictorially see that this is really weak water. What happens when you have a lot of fire and wood interacting with water? It dries it up, it sucks it up. So we call this a weak day master. What this means is it's going to be hard to make money in 2023 because this day master cannot control the money or the wealth. So what does it mean for you? Let's say that you're someone who needs to find a job next year. You're going to find that it's not as easy and there's a lot of competition. You see, in 2023, the forecast is that a lot of people will be jobless. Large companies will downsize. So think of all the massive Twitter layoffs that happened, yet Twitter's still around. They will not be the only ones who will be doing those layoffs in 2023. See all this green over here? This is the wood element. And what does the wood element need? It needs the water. It needs to suck up that water. So this is your competition. So next year, when you're looking for a job, you're going to have competition in its largest form. So the way to handle job competition, even if you are employed, is to take on more responsibility. You may be required to do more than your job title. So companies will be asking one person to handle more than one job or handle tasks below what you would consider your pay grade. Your mentality needs to be open to this. So you must tap into your heaven and earth vibrational levels and change your thinking and change your emotions around us. Okay? Now, in this chart, we've got the water day master. So the wealth of the year, the money of the year resides in the fire. So see all this green over here? That's the wood. The red is the fire, as I said. So wood actually creates fire, right? So we need wood to make the fire burn. So we can interpret this as potentially meaning there's a mass printing of money or mass printing of currency by governments. Once that happens, inflation continues to be an issue. So we might be seeing a slight lull right now, but it doesn't look like that's going to last. Inflation spikes because this wood is so strong, specifically in the month, top and bottom, which shows someone in power, someone in charge, keeps printing money because the wood transforms into fire. So that's how we see that in our chart. Next, I want to show you this, and I'm not expecting you to understand it, especially if this is the first time you've ever done anything with me or watched anything that I've produced, but let's just go with it. Now, there was a question of if you saw your 2022 chart, will it be the same for 2023? The natal chart, your birth chart, will always stay the same. How it interacts with the year will be different. Okay, so the answer is kind of yes and kind of no on that one. Now, what I want to show you is this. Do you see the tiger, snake, snake? What this means is we call these animals traveling star animals. These are the travelers. These are the ones that are moving a lot. So this means a lot of activity, especially in the travel world and in e-commerce. So a lot of things are going to convert their businesses to be online. There's likely to be more and more businesses heading in this direction and downsizing because of it. I just want you to even think about the experience going into a physical store to buy something versus buying online. Can you see how there's transitions happening in that space? Now, because there's more and more businesses likely to be heading that way, I want you to take a look at this. If we were to divide the 2023 chart in half, so I've got it separated down between the month and the year on the right side and the day and the hour on the left side. Now, I told you already that fire is the wealth element of 2023. And as you look at this chart, you notice that there's only one fire on the right side of the chart, on the outside of the chart. But then if you look at the left side, there's three very big fires on the left side of this chart. What this means is that if you're thinking of creating wealth, it's about thinking about a side gig. Do you have a side gig? Do you have multiple income streams? 2023 favors this tremendously. as does period 9. Because the fire is all on the inside of the chart, which means inside the home versus on the outside in the businesses. Now there's some there because we've got one in that tiger, but the majority is on the inside of the chart. Also on the inside of the chart is something called the Skyhorse Formation. And this means about online and home-based businesses becoming hugely successful. Do you have a home-based business? Do you have a freelance opportunity that you could take? If you don't have it, then find one and work it. The tax benefits and the chances to create additional income will be very welcomed in 2023. We see in the 2023 chart and period 9 chart that most of the opportunities for money are coming internally, meaning side gigs, startups, indie companies that compete alongside giants, and freelancing. So we're going to see a lot of people moving in that direction. Now, this is the last part that I'm going to tie into your personal life chart. And this is something you can find on my website, amytyson.com. You can print your chart, your spouse's chart, your friend's charts, your kids' charts, your enemy charts, and see if this pertains to you or them. And I always suggest you know the information about people around you to help you understand them better and know how to work with them better. So let's look at at this sample chart. So this is not the 2023 chart anymore. This is just a sample chart of someone born in the year of the rat and in December. Pardon me. So we're going to look again. This is what you'll do in your chart is you'll look at the day. You look at your day master. You can see yours and what it means in those free courses. So it's really easy to see the day master. It's generated by your day of birth. So even if you don't know your hour, you will still have your day master. And if you see that your day master is any one of these three, listen up. Yin fire, write it down. Yin water or yang wood. Again, I'll say it again. Yin fire, yin water, or yang wood. It means that 2023 will be most related to you. So again, if you have any of these three as your day master, yin water, yin fire, or yang wood, then this year will be that whatever you do, the results that you're producing this year will be 2 times normal. It'll be doubled. So do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it depends. If you produce bad results, then it won't be such a good year. Maybe it'll be discovered that you're lazy or you're sloppy in your work, then it won't be good. However, if you're hardworking and dedicated, then all of your efforts will result in 2 times the accolades, 2 times the results. And here's the special secret one. If you are someone who's yin water, like my example on this chart, you have the possibility of 10xing your results. So yin water, you have the possibility of 10xing your results next year. Yang wood or yin fire, you have the 2x potential. Again, the 3 are yin water, yin fire, and yang wood. But yin water, you are the one that has the chance to make the biggest strides forward if you decide to do so. And you make the right choices. So I have some VIP clients who are yin water, and you can guess I will be pushing them all year to get their 10x results, helping them make the right choices for themselves so that they can get those high-level results and make huge strides in 2023. Now, of course, if you're not one of those 3 day masters, it means you're one of the other 7, like me, then just know that 2023 means a normal results year for you. Though there could be other special things in store for you, like having a rabbit or dog or rat in your chart. If you have rabbit, dog, or rat, then you're one of the kings in 2023. You have some fantastic energy with you. Now, here are the 3 secrets for 2023. And I'm just going to give a little explanation here. I'll share more about these in January and the other secrets to success. But I want you to know, number 1 secret is don't get yourself fired. If you're an employee, we will be able to see from your chart whether or not your value in the company will increase or decrease. And if it's decreasing, we can plot the strategy on how to make sure it doesn't decrease to the point where you get fired. Some animal signs in your chart are going to be more prone to decreasing being seen as valuable. And I'll share those at the summit. But the overarching advice to everyone is not going to get fired unless this job is just not a good fit for you. Then leave now on your terms and find something else before February 4th. Let me say that again. If this job is not a good fit for you, leave now and find something before February 4th so you are aligned for the year. Secret number 2, become famous. If you're somebody who's a low profile person, that's going to be a little hard for you in 2023. But there are 3 animals that could be in your chart that'll help you do this if you know how to activate them. Becoming famous will help you expand your power and gain more advantages. But regardless of whether or not you have the support, do all that you can to be someone who's seen, that others are watching, and find fame on your terms. And number 3, develop a new lifeline. This is kind of a reiteration of something I already said. It's about finding that second income stream alongside your main income stream. Period 9 is all about this. So starting in 2023 would be a great idea. You're ahead of the curve. It's really important because in the next 20 years, this side gig could turn into your main gig. So when you look at your personal chart, if you have your chart, I know some of you that I'm seeing on the chat already have your chart. Do you see fire anywhere in your chart? If so, where it's located tells us how to focus your efforts for wealth next year. And there's 2 animal signs that belong to the entrepreneurial group. And if you have them, you definitely will want to focus on this side gig. And then you need to set aside some time and strategize on how to activate them. So I'm going to complete this live session in just a few moments, but I want to give you a quick recap of where we've been. Number 1, what we see coming on the horizon, the forecast for 2023, that financial collapse, outbreak of war, political leadership threats, health scare 3.0, and hybrid everything. The opportunities, I shared 2 of the 5 with you tonight on this session. Markets hungry for innovation, anything that makes it better and faster and more sustainable. And then we're shifting values to spiritual well-being. And then we have a task list, things to do. Get your tribe or community built as soon as possible and get your cheerleaders. You also want to check your daymaster. Are you yin water, yin fire, or yang wood? You have the possibility of 2xing or 10xing your results next year. And then can you see fire in your personal chart? Now, if you don't have your chart, make sure you go to my site and get it. It'll show you where your fire is located. And where it's located will show us how to focus your money-making efforts next year. And then the 3 secrets: don't get fired, become famous, and develop a new lifeline. Now, every year I host a summit that helps people get in the flow of the year's energy pattern. And my summit for 2023 is coming up on January 15th at 12:30 p.m. Central. Remember when I said things are going to feel like they move fast? It's going to go really fast between the date of this broadcast and January 15th, and I don't want you to forget to register. So this is the time when we go in depth with your personal chart and how you can align and refocus your efforts and rediscover the passion that you have and happiness in life. So the information that I share gives you the winning edge.
So I want you to come with your goals because you'll leave knowing how to reach them. You're going to find out who will be beneficial to help you next year and will give you the winning edge, knowing how to focus your wealth efforts. Looking at that fire in your chart so you know how to focus specifically so that you can gain the most wealth possible. And then you'll understand exactly what's coming and how you can use that information to get that winning edge and make better choices next year, which will in turn mean better choices means more success in health, wealth, and relationships. And everyone who's registered gets access to the recording because this is a 3.5 to 4 hour event. It's a lot of information, which is why I encourage you to go through those free courses on my website before you attend. But attend because you will love the information I share. And anybody that's still watching that's registered, just put in the chat that you are registered. I know I see several names I know already are. So again, if you enjoyed this information I shared here tonight, you're going to love this year's summit. So head over to amytyson.com and get yourself registered today. Let me put up how you do that. It is on the 15th of January, starting at 12:30 p.m. And I hope that you take the time to spend it with me because I have a lot of information for this year. So thanks for watching, and may you enjoy a wonderful holiday season and an abundant 2023. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for watching.